Maharaj, you are mute. Hare Krishna.
Tatamapi sakritattam muktidam praninam yat paramamritamidikam jivanam bhushanam madaram madaram etan mangalam mangalanam. All Vaishnavis and Vaishnavis are gathered here to accept my humble obeisances. So we are discussing Bhagavad-Gita, chapter 4, verse 10. Vitaragabhaya krodha manmaya mamupashita bhavu gyadapasa vitamadbhagam avata. Vita, freedom. Raga, attachment. Bhaya, fear. Krodha and so here Bhagavan is telling us that what we should give up. We should give up attachments. There are different attachments. That is very nice. And basically, best is to become attached to Krishna. If you can become attached to Krishna, you automatically will be detached from the body. Fear. So they say that don't fear, Krishna is here. Sometimes you are afraid. Why the fear comes? Vayam ditya vinishikasya. Isha tapepatya vipariyusya. Tanmayata buddhajit. Bhakti kaisham gurudevata. So fear comes because you forget Bhagavan. When you forget Bhagavan, fear comes. You remember Bhagavan. Then Maharaj was telling us today, just smarana matra, janma samsara andhana. Vichate nastasai vishnade prabha Vishnu. So simply by remembering Vishnu, one becomes free from material existence. Krodha and anger, one becomes free from anger also. Krodha. Trividam narkasya idam dwaram nashanam atmana kam krodha tasmade trente. The three gates to the hell are the lust, greed, and anger. So we should not be angry. Man maya, fully in me, mam in me, upashrita, being situated. Bhava, many, jnana, knowledge, tapasa, by penance, putaha, being purified. Mad bhavam, transcendent love for me, agata, attained. Being freed from attachment, fear, and anger, being fully absorbed in me, and taking refuge in me. Many persons in the past became purified by knowledge of me, and thus they all attained transcendental love for me. As described above, it is very difficult for a person who is too materially affected to understand the personal nature of the Supreme Absolute Truth. Generally, people who are attached to the bodily conception of life are so absorbed in materialism that it is almost impossible for them to understand that there is a transcendental body which is imperishable, full of knowledge, and eternally blissful. So people don't know anything about material body, and they are trying to cater to this material body. Somehow or the other, they are trying to keep this material body happy. Uh, they don't know that there is spiritual body at all. But in Shastra, we know that there is a spiritual body also, which is suitable for rendering service to Bhagavan. So there was actually one nice story I was hearing. There was actually one very rich person. He was very rich, but he was very miser also. So he didn't want to spend any money. So he went to Gurudev. So Gurudev, I want to do devotional service, but I don't want to spend money. Is there any process by which I can render service and doesn't cost any money? Then Gurudev said, yes, there is a process. You chant the Hare Krishna mantra, it doesn't cost any money. And then you render service to Bhagavan by your mind, Mansi Seva. So, how you should make Mansi Seva? You should cook very nice delicacies for Bhagavan in your mind. You bring very nice milk, you boil it, then put, you know, Khand. Khand is like not sugar, but it's a very nice form of rock candy. You should put some powdered rock candy, Khand basic, inside the milk, and then offer it to Thakurji. So one day in mind he brought milk from a very nice cow, and in mind he boiled the milk. Then he said, "Let me sweeten the milk by adding some Khand, powdered candy, powdered rock candy." And but instead of putting one spoon, he put like accidentally 2, 3 spoons. And he said, "Oh, I'm wasting so much Khand." So he started to using his spoon. He began to take it back. He said, "Why should I give extra?" And now everything is going on in the mind. He's not literally giving that rock candy, but he's actually taking it back. So Lord caught his hand. He said, "What is this? You are not going to waste any money if you are offering anything in the mind. It's anyway free. Why you are taking it back?" And Lord gave him that son. So the point I'm making is that you are so miser. So anyways, if you have no money, you can do Mansi Seva. Mansi Seva means in mind you bring nice flowers, you make nice garlands, and you make a nice full bangla, decoration for Thakurji. Um, like today there was a deity installation, Sripad Bhakti-Vidanta Maharaj did the deity installation. Later on, Sripad Bhakti-Vidanta Maharaj, he did the RP and he gave a class. And Sripad Dandi Maharaj spoke, then I also spoke. So deity is very important. Sripad Madhav Maharaj was telling that Vigraha. Vigraha means one who accepts the service. One who accepts the service. That's called Vigraha. So Madhav Maharaj was telling. When he told a story of how there was one Brahmana, old Brahmana. The old Brahmana and young Brahmana went on a pilgrimage to Vrindavan. Old Brahmana was very satisfied with the young Brahmana for his service he rendered. And he said, "I will give my daughter to you in marriage." He promised in front of Lord Krishna. But later on, he went back on his promise due to family pressure. So Lord Krishna came personally from Vrindavan along with the young Brahmana to give witness that yes, he had indeed promised his daughter to this young Brahman. So Sripad Madhav Maharaj was making a point that deity is not a stone. He's a person. Then Sripad Dandi Maharaj also told a story that how for Madhavendra Puripad, Shri Kheer Chora Gopinath, he stole the kheer, he stole the sweet rice. And then Kheer Chora Gopinath also accepted the sandalwood pulp. The sandalwood to be taken to Govardhan, to offer to Govardhan, Srinathji. But Sri Kirchara Gopinath told that I am not different from your Srinathji. Please offer that sandalwood pulp to me, and I will personally, everyone will be satisfied. All my manifestations will be satisfied. It is, there are different. Don't think that you will have your Bhakti, you have your mother, there is from um, and all these are actually but they are not different from so Jati also. Make listen. So you can take right. You can see by ear, you can read by ear, you can read by eye. Is that in yeah, stuff. But in our temple, we wait some duration, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, so at least 10 minutes for Lord to honor the Sabbath. We don't go for Drishti Bhog. So, because Drishti Bhog is not recommended, we should wait for some duration for the Lord to honor the Sabbath. So, Shipad Dandi Maharaj is making this point that how deity is merciful. And then he was telling about Snana Yatra, that how Jagannath is bathed today. And after bathing Jagannath, Jagannath is dressed in the elephant attire. He is dressed in like an elephant. Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. Because there was a devotee in Maharashtra and he wanted to see Ganesh, not Jagannath. So for his pleasure, Lord manifested like Ganesh, showing that I am actually not different from Ganesh. Ganesh is nothing but my uh, my portion, lunar portion, and my servant, eternal servant. So with that intention, Lord showed the Ganesh form to the devotee of Ganesh. And in Bhagavad Gita description will come. Pashyami devam stava deva dehe bhuta vishesha sangham. That the Lord, he actually showed so many forms to Arjuna. Within his body, everything was seen by the Lord. So you see that you'll see that there's so much. So Lord is everything. So Maharaj was telling about this Snana Yatra, how Jagannath is bathed with the water from some well, and then the king is actually bathing. The king is bathing, and then others bathe. So he was giving some kind of description. So this shows that the deity is Pratima Nahitu Sakshat Rajendra. Today the deity was installed. And I see that the deity's face changed after Shripa Dandi Maharaj chanted the mantras and installed the deities. Before we saw the deity and before installation and after installation, the face was different. Because the manifestation takes place. What is deity installation is nothing but the conception of Bhagavan in the heart of the pure devotee, like Srila Gurudev or Shri Patanjali Maharaj. Then that conception of Krishna manifests in the deity form, so that every living entity can see Bhagavan. I will give an example that I will tell you that
Hare Krishna Mataji, we could not hear you.
full by Lakshman. The temple was very hot because it is hot season going on and you feel thirsty, right? You certainly feel thirsty. Someone is thirsty and that person tells me, Maharaj, give me some water. I tell him that if you want cold water, why don't you go to Gangotri, where the Ganga originates? And that person will tell Maharaj, don't joke with me. Gangotri is very far, at least 1,000, 2,000 kilometers from here. So I would not be able to go to Gangotri. I said, why don't you dig a well here or a bore well and drink the water? So that is also not possible. That is also not possible. So what can be done is you offer him some nice pitcher kinds of water, cooling water, that person can drink. He'll be satisfied. So if I tell someone says, show me God, I tell him you have to go to Vaikuntha or Golok Vrindavan or Saket Dham where Lord Rama resides, or in Dwarka where Dwarkadish resides, then that person will be very disappointed because no one can cross the Viraja river and go to Golok Vrindavan to see Krishna. Then I'll tell, okay, why don't you try to see Paramatma in your heart? But seeing Paramatma is also very difficult. Very, very difficult to see Paramatma. So then what I will say is, okay, you see the deity in the temple. Oh, now I can do. I can make some kachoris, puris. So today we had prasadam, very nice prasadam, because Maharaj told that bring mustard seed oil from the Vrindavan. So that mustard seed oil was actually very pure, not in adulteration. And those gulab jamuns were made that were also in the jagat. So it was nice prasadam. So obviously prasadam is always nice, but they were especially nice. So we can offer those things. It will not be possible for us to go to Vaikuntha to take our puris and sabji and make it offering in Vaikuntha. Paramatma also very difficult to deal with Paramatma. But deity, yes, you can see that deity is especially there, as Sripad Madhav Maharaj told that, deity is especially there to accept our seva. The job of the deity is accept our offerings. Anyone can bring as much offering as you like. You can bring fruit, sweets, especially cooked with love and affection, chapatis, rice, bread, whatever you like. Pizza, pasta, lasagna, whatever it is. So many preparations you can offer them, and Lord will honor them. Especially if they're cooked with healthy ingredients, Lord will even relish them. Because it is always good to offer the purest of the things, best of the things, healthiest of the things to Bhagavan. So now people are very attached to the body. So to remove their bodily conception, they are taught to worship the deity. Because when they worship the deity, they realize that there is a different enjoyer. Bhoktaram Nagatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Surudam Sarvabhutanam Gyatva Mam Shantim Richati. That I am the enjoyer. Keep me in the center. You like any foodstuffs? Yes. You can offer those foodstuffs to me and I will sanctify them. I'll purify them. I will make it prasad and give it to you. You don't have to forsake the enjoyment, but keep me in the center. Do it for my enjoyment. Mat karma krut, mat paramo, mat bhakta sanga varjita, nirvaira sarvbhuteshu yasamali pamo. Like one police officer came, that police officer came to Lucknow, then on Mr. Agnihotri came, the police officer in India. So then she called Maharaj started to do. So he said that I always remember this verse, that mat karma krut, mat paramo, mat bhakta sanga varjita, nirvaira sarvbhuteshu yasamali. She told Maharaj, I want to be non-inimical anyone, not any. Existing Maharaj used to have enmity with him. So, the body of ignorance, you can see the body is and she passed away, and 2 days she was suffering. And I told her to utter Krishnanam, Radhanam, because she was having great trouble in uttering the name of Bhagavan because the pain is so excruciating at the time of death. So accept that his body is it is full of ignorance. We can ask someone a question these days, especially in the mobile phone usage, that what did you eat yesterday? I will be having a hard time actually to remember what sabji I ate the day before yesterday. Yesterday I may remember with little effort, but day before yesterday, forget about it. I have absolutely no remembrance what I ate 2 days ago or 3 days ago. Obviously, I will remember something exceptionally good I ate, but that is difficult. But exactly what day I ate it, very difficult to remember. So we are ignorant. When we sleep, we forget our own name. I'm completely miserable. His body is completely miserable. There is no joy in this. Whatever joy it may seem in this material world is also a type of misery. Uh, Therefore, people in general keep this same body idea in mind when they are informed of personal form of the God. So they think that God's body is also like that. It is also full of misery, ignorance, but no. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachid Ananda Vigraha Aradi Radi Govinda Karana Karana. Krishna is the cause of all causes, is full of knowledge, bliss and eternity. Therefore, people in general keep the same idea, bodily idea in mind when they are informed of the personal form of God. Personal form is he is God made man of his own image. What is the personal form? Lord Brahma is telling Venum Kodanta Varivinda Dalayata. Barha Vatansa Vasitam Lakshman. Sandar ko koti kamanyo Vishesha Govinda Mahadi Picham Kamata. The absolute truth is more beautiful than billions of repeats. Asitam Buddha. Asitam Buddha means his body is like black rose light. Like today Maharaj was telling that, why the deities, all deities in the world are standing, except for one particular deity, Buddha Gopinath, which is sitting. So Maharaj was telling that they are standing only to accept our service. They are very alert and accept us. Largely means one is very dear, near and dear. Vijayariji told me, asked me, what is the name of this part? That it is Ladli Lal Gaudiya. Now this name we didn't give. His name is, this Thakur is 125-year-old. But the temple was dilapidated and unfortunate incident and the roof broke and one brick fell on Srimati Radharani. So Radharani's deity was broken. So Krishna was alone and not being worshipped for a long time. Then they renovated the temple, completely demolished the temple and then made a new temple. So the deity was standing, Mahaprabhu was also standing all the time. So that is always there to accept. So Bhagavan's form is Sachidananda and our form is not Sachidananda. But actually, we are also eternal. We are Bhagavan and render service to him. We will have the same nature as Bhagavan. Obviously, we will not have the we'll have qualitative oneness, not quantitative oneness. Quantitative oneness with Bhagavan is not possible. Means it will not be possible for us to become as powerful as Bhagavan. But we'll have the same qualities of Bhagavan. Example is given that iron is kept in fire. When you keep the iron in fire, after some time, iron becomes fiery. So, like that, when we continuously meditate on Bhagavan, we acquire the qualities like Bhagavan on the side. But we don't become Bhagavan. And because they are too materially absorbed, the conception of retaining the personality after liberation from matter frightens them. So they attribute distress to the material body. The materialistic person say that body means misery. So they say that no misery means no body. If we can get rid of this body, then we'll have no misery. Because they know that if we have eyes, then there will be eye problem, cataract, glaucoma, and also night blindness. And if they have nose, then they may have nose blockage and whatnot. And if they have ears, then they will have earache. If they have stomach, they will have stomach ache. If they have legs, then they have leg pain, joint pain, arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis. So like that. So people know that having a body means pain. So they say that if we give up this body, if we completely get rid of our body, then we'll be liberated and we'll have no pain. But they are not aware of another type of body which never has any pain. And that is the Satchidananda body, and that is spiritual body. That spiritual body has no pain, no misery. Natat bhasete surya nashashankuna pavaka. Yadgatvan nivartante tadhama paramama. There is spiritual world, where you go there, you get a spiritual body. In order to enter that spiritual abode, you get a spiritual body. And it will be free from 4 defects. Janma mrityu jara jari dukkha dosha darshanam. So certainly see the defects in the material body. Birth, disease, old age and death. But there also exists a state where you don't have such a defective body, but you have a completely transcendental body which is free from these 4 defects of birth, disease, old age. Generally, they compare the living entities to the bubbles of the ocean, which merge into the ocean. That is the highest perfection of a spiritual existence, attainable without individual personality. This is a kind of fearful stage of life devoid of perfect knowledge of spiritual existence. So people, they think that to merge, like I am 1 glass of water and you throw 1 glass of water into the ocean, then that water has merged in the ocean, and now the water, 1 glass of water has no existence of its own. Now it has completely merged in the ocean and they have lost their identity. And that is, they think that that is the perfect knowledge of spiritual existence. But we don't want that type of liberation. We want the liberation type of the fish. We don't want the liberation of water merging into water. For example, fish is living in the water. And have you seen any fish becoming water? Even if there is a high tide, low tide, even if there is a cyclone, no fish will die. Because the fish has taken the shelter of water. So furthermore, there are many persons who cannot understand spiritual existence. So another example is given that someone is told, I will give one vessel, and in that vessel has 1,000 holes, and you bring the water in that vessel, fetch the water from Jamuna and bring it to me. So who can bring the water in a vessel which has 1,000 holes? It's not possible to retain water in the vessel which has 1,000 holes. But there is one way you can retain the water in that vessel, that you offer that vessel right in the Jamuna. If you sink that vessel in the Jamuna, whether it has 1,000 holes or 10,000 holes, it will always be full of Jamuna water. So if you have many, many defects, then what we have to do is simply we have to be always absorbed in Harikatha association. So there will be no time for leakage. Fully remain absorbed in Harikatha. Some people are too materially attached and therefore do not give attention to spiritual life. Some of them want to merge into the supreme spiritual. There are some people who are materialistic. They say money, Sutra, and money, brighter essential. They are only attached to the material body, material wealth, beautiful wife, children, progeny. But they have no time for spiritual life because they think that it is waste of time to engage in spiritual pursuit. But they may have very beautiful wife, but you'll see that that wife will become old one day. And certainly the old age will come. You may have a lot of wealth, rich person, Rockefellers and all, but still some one will become poor one day. Wealth is also not permanent. And there are some persons, they are interested in spiritual life, but they think that they want to merge in the spiritual cause. So they want to merge in the Brahma. But that is annihilation. So some of them disbelieve in everything, being angry at all sorts of spiritual speculation out of hopelessness. So some people become so hopeless that they cannot find the ultimate aim and object of life. So finally they say there is no God. And they say this is all imagination, and they become agnostic out of hopelessness. I have seen a lot of people that very angry. Show me God. Uh, Recently, there was an accident near Baleshwar where the Kirujara Gopinath temple, not far from there. So, three trains in India, that one of the biggest disasters in the train history. Howrah Express from Howrah to Bangalore, Coromandel Express also, and one goods train. They, somehow it was a freak accident due to some failure. They are investigating why the accident took place. And Prime Minister Modi also went to the site. And a lot of local people, they carried on the rescue work. We pray for the souls of departed persons, and also we pray for the swift recovery of the injured persons. And may Lord bless them. It was really heartbreaking to see this. So, but this material world is, that is the, Krishna has told Bhagavad-Gita, Dukkhala Ashashata. This material world is actually Dukkhala. Dukkhala means it is abode of misery. And the Howrah Express from Bangalore was running 1.5 hours late. Had it been running on time, it could have saved the accident. But little did people who were sitting in those trains knew that death is approaching them. So that's why we have to be very careful. That Sripad Dandi Maharaj always tells us that carry cow dung with you. Carry cow dung patties with you. Because that will save you from accident. And that is true. That is true. Because the cow dung has unlimited potency. And cow is actually very dear to Sri Krishna. Like today, Sripad Dandi Maharaj also was telling, and Madhav Maharaj also agreed with him, that once Indra, he showered torrential rain on Braj. And that time, after this torrential rain, which was showered on Braj, Indra realized that he cannot really harm the Brajavasis because Krishna lifted the Giraj Govardhan. So later on, he went to ask forgiveness to Krishna, but he went keeping Surabhi cow, the celestial cow, which lives, there's a special planet near heavenly planet called Surabhi Loka. Not the Surabhis in Golapur, but these are heavenly Surabhi cows. And the mother of all these cows, Surabhi, was taken by Indra, and under her guidance, he approached Krishna for forgiveness. Looking at the mother cow, Surabhi, Krishna was pacified, and he forgave Indra. So, both Maharajas told that actually it is impossible that Indra would have been forgiven. Only because he took shelter of the mother cow, Indra was forgiven. So, we also have to take shelter of mother cow. We should also always pray to Krishna, keep our cow products. Somehow, I was trying to make an anti-radiation chip. Someone told me that now Sripad Dandi Maharaj makes anti-radiation chip by using the cow bhasma, that Agnihotra ashes, and using copper foil. And I was trying with the cow dung, and then I dipped some thick cloth in it, and drying that cloth and giving peace to the people. Anyway, I have some of that cloth, and I kept it under me as a pillow before going to sleep. And really speaking, I'm having very peaceful sleep. Sripad Dandi Maharaj says that if you keep cow dung underneath your head, cow dung, dry cow dung, obviously not the wet one. Wet one would be too sleepy. Dry cow dung under your pillow or something, you'll have very peaceful sleep. And I'm experiencing the power of it actually. It's amazing. It's amazing so much power the cow dung has. So, actually, Shri Rajendra Maharaj says that Bhagwan is two Bhagwans manifestations. That one Bhagwan is in the temple, and that Bhagwan doesn't move. The deity is always there. But there is another Bhagwan, that is cow. Cow in India go door to door asking for some chapatis. And if you feed the cow, it is as good as feeding Bhagwan. Because Bhagwan is present in the heart of the cow, and cow is very dear to Bhagwan. So when lot of people, there is a big struggle for becoming a pujari. And there is always a competition to become a pujari. They consider it to be prestigious seva. But hardly anyone will volunteer or venture to do go seva, like feeding the cows, like Shupadandi Maharaj does, because they think that that service to the cow is below par or below their level of advancement. But that is not the case. You can see in the life of Srila Bhakti-Vidanta Bharati Goswami Maharaj that when no one was coming forward to render service to the cow, Sripad Bhakti-Vidanta Bharati Maharaj, he was a brahmachari that time, Narottamananda brahmachari. He happily rendered service to the cows. And even many Maharajas were satisfied with him. His own Gurudev was satisfied with him because he was rendering profuse service to the cow. So one has to get rid of all three stages of attachment to the material world. Negligence of spiritual life. So don't neglect spiritual life. Even if, like Srila Gurudev was telling, I saw your post, Facebook post that the Gurudev's quotation that I will chant when I get spare time. That is not a good attitude. Rather, I will make time to chant Harinam. See, Anirudh Prabhuji's book gives one Sanskrit quotation. In Sanskrit quotation says that Shatam Vihaya Bhoktavya. Give up 100 duties at your hand and eat something. If you are hungry, eat something. Shatam Vihaya Bhoktavya. Sahasram Snanam. Giving up 100 duties, 1,000 duties. Take a bath. If you are not taken bath, better to take bath. Giving up 1,000. Laksham Vihaya Datavya. Giving up 100,000 duties. Give charity to a qualified recipient. If he has come at your door to beg, then you should give charity to a qualified recipient. And Laksham Vyahaya Dataval, Putim Taktva to Haram. But give up 10 million duties and worship Hari. If you are not worshipped, you have not chanted your rounds. Try to chant Harinam. Putim Taktva to Harim Bhaja. So it is topmost priority. The Gurudev says that it may be possible that someone is it is possible that you churn the water and butter will come out of it. When the butter comes out, then you churn the yogurt. But it is possible that you churn the water and butter will come out. It is also possible that you pound sand and oil will come out of it. Generally, only when you crush mustard seeds or sesame seeds, groundnut seeds, then oil will come out of it. It is not possible that if you crush sand, then oil will come out of it. But it may be possible that you crush the sand in a oil machine and then oil may come out. But it is not, even rabbit may have horns. Rabbit never has horns. It is possible that some species of rabbit may have horns. It may be possible that a horse may have horns. It is possible. But it is not possible that one will be able to cross the ocean of birth and death without worshipping the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. It is very, very important that somehow or the other worship the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. You should never and never give up the worship of Sri Krishna. Loss of life to neglect spiritual. Fear of and the perception of void. So many people are unaware of their personal identity, or they are afraid that what will be my position, what will happen after my death. But don't be afraid of your spiritual personal identity. That at least you should understand that I am Dasosu. I am servant of Krishna. At least if you accept even the bottom line, that I am the servant of Sri Krishna, you are on a safe position. Even if you don't know that I am Indri and Gopi and the other person is that, or I am follower of Vishoda, Sudha, Ram, Vasudha. You don't know any manners. If you simply accept that Dasoham Kaushalendra, I am a servant of Ramchandra, I am servant of Sri Krishna Chandra, I am servant of Radharani, I am servant of Narayan, I am a servant. To be a servant, I don't mind, but I am the servant of someone. I am the servant of Radharani. That is also very, very high mood. At least I am servant of Krishna. That is fine. So we should accept that I am Dasasya. So our spiritual identity is taken care. And the conception of void that underlies the frustration of life. A lot of people, they think that form is leading to frustration. The form is leading to distress. Form is leading to misery. So let us get rid of the form itself. Let us merge in the void. That is what the Buddhists do. They merge in the Shunyavad, void, zero. Where are you? Where are you come from? Zero. Where will you go into? Zero. What is this material world? Zero. What is God? Zero. Everything is zero for them. Everything is void, nothingness. So they think that nothing is the source of everything. Finally, everything will merge in nothing. So this is their Buddhavada. The Shankaracharya kind of protested against this Buddhist philosophy, and it was even other scholars also. They effectively kicked out this Buddhist philosophy from India. Voidism. So to get Kumaril Bhatta was a great scholar. He personally drove away Buddhism from India. And for that, he actually atoned for that sin because he kind of disobeyed his Buddhist teacher. Because he learned Buddhism from a teacher and then he kind of disobeyed his Buddhist teacher and cut to pieces the Buddhist philosophy. So finally, he immolated himself in a huge pile of rice husk which burns very slowly at very high temperature. Like where our temple opened in Lucknow, that area is full of jewelry shops. There are so many jewelers there, gold, silver, diamonds, precious stones. All the Mataji will really like that lane. They will be really, their eyes will be really satisfied because there's so many jewelry shops there. And really no vehicle will go there. You cannot go there by any four-wheeler. Forget about four-wheeler. No three-wheeler will go there. Only vehicle that will go there is two-wheeler and two legs. And imagine, Amit Krishna Prabhu actually supervised the temple, construction of the temple. All the goods, all the bricks, all the construction material had to be taken on the back of the mules. Mule is a cross between horse and donkey. Means it has the swift speed of horse and also the steadfast working ability like a donkey. So, guided by the bona fide spiritual master and follow the disciplines and regulatory principles of religion. To get free from these three stages of the material concept of life, one has to take complete shelter of the Lord. What is the complete shelter of the Lord? Like division. That division, when he was kicked 6 times, he was kicked 6 times on his chest by Ravana. He told, Division told Ravana that please return Sita. And Ravan kicked him 6 times. Some explanation was given by Ram Bhadracharya. He says Bhagavan has 6 opulences, so maybe he kicked 6 times. Whatever is, I couldn't understand what explanation Ram Bhadracharya was giving. But there must be some reason. But anyways, Vibhishan told Ravan that I had requested you to return Sita. Instead, you kicked me. I'm your younger brother, so I am going to the lotus feet of Ramchandra. I am giving you up your shelter and going to the shelter of Ramchandra. So when Vibhishan came across the ocean and came to Ramchandra's camp, that time all the monkeys were scared. They said that the brother of this 10-headed demon has come to see us. Maybe he has come to find out our secrets, or maybe he has come with a secret plan to kill all of us. So we should catch him and we should punish him. And Ramchandra said that don't be afraid of monkeys. Don't be scared of Vibhishan. All the demons which exist in this material world, with one single arrow, Lakshman can kill all of them. Lakshman can kill all of them. Don't worry. And sadhara, if any living entity surrenders to me, then it is my vow that I will give shelter to him. Someone told Ram that you have, suppose Vibhishan has come, if you give him shelter. So Ram said, yes, that is my vow, I will give shelter. So Vibhishan came and Ram immediately anointed his forehead with a tilak, that you are the next king of Lanka. Very soon Ravana will be history and you will be anointed as the next king of Lanka. So he anointed him with a tilak. So then someone told Ram that if tomorrow Ravana will come to you and surrender to you, what will you do? What kingdom will you give to Ravana? Then if Ram said that if he comes to me, surrenders to me and returns Sita to me, I will give Ravana the kingdom of Ayodhya. So generous was Ram. If he surrenders to me, I will give him the kingdom of Ayodhya. Ram said like this. So anyways, if we surrender to Bhagwan, Bhagwan is certainly going to give us shelter. So that is Bhagwan's vrata or vow, that I will never reject a person who surrendered to me. So we should take shelter. Bhajapure mana Shri Nanda Nandana Abhaya Charanara Vindare. Take shelter at the person of lotus feet of that Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose feet restore absolute fearlessness. Now, how many miseries are there? Shita atapa batabarishana edina jani jagure. Atapa means hot. If you come to Lucknow, if you have gone to Ladila Gaudi Amat, you'll realize it's so hot out there. Because it's a cement concrete jungle out there, and not many trees. Right now, I'm sitting in the basement of Amit Krishna Prabhu's house. It is minus 10 degrees. Means 10 degrees lower than the outside temperature. The basement is always cooler. This is the advantage of the basement. With the fan, I'm not at all feeling hot outside. But upstairs, first floor, second floors, become very hot in Mathura and also in entire United. But this is everywhere, not just for our Lucknow temple. And entire India is a heat wave, right up to Maharashtra, where I'll be visiting in short time. So the point I'm trying to make is that this material world is a miserable place. And we should be guided by the bona fide spiritual man. Yastadeve para bhakti yatha deve tatha guru tasvete katitahi artha prakashanti. Have same amount of faith as you have in Bhagavad. Maybe a little more faith in Gurudev than in Bhagavad. Yesterday I was on the temple of the newly built temple of Ladli Lal temple. Sukha Dandi Maharaj was inspecting the roof. So he saw 6 domes there total. And he said, the top dome, I have a big chakra. I will send that across and we can put that chakra of the Lord on the top. So, so I will put that chakra, he said. So, Chakra, Maharaj was telling, will so guided by the bona fide spiritual. So we should take shelter at the lotus feet of such a spiritual master. And more faith we should have in Guru, because Gurudev has especially come for us. But certainly we should have faith in Guru and Bhagwan both. But without faith in Guru, one will not be able to perform devotional service to Bhagwan. And follow the disciplines and regulative principles of devotional service. So after you are initiated, you promise that I will not eat meat. I will not eat meat, gambling, intoxication, illicit sex. So we should tell that I will bid goodbye to all the pillars of sinful life. The last stage of the devotional life is called bhava, or transcendental love of God. So now you'll see that bhava is very high stage. Someone like Srila Gaurav Maharaj, a sadhaka, he will reach this stage of bhava. And according to Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the science of devotional service. So actually, we are studying a particular book. We are actually studying this Bhakti-Vidanta Sindhu. Particular book, we see that there are different levels of spiritual advancement. Obviously, these different stages are not needed for a person who is free from offenses. If you are not committing offenses, there are only two stages. You chant the holy name and you go to Vaikuntha. But because we have different levels of unwanted habits, other thoughts, as a result, we have to pass through many stages, like first stage, sadhu sangha, associating with the devotees, then bhajana kriya, beginning the devotional service, then anarthas start to finish. When we develop firm faith, nishtha, then we develop ruchi, asakti, bhav, then prem. So sadhaka goes through these different stages. In the beginning, one must have a preliminary desire for self-realization. This will bring one to the stage of trying to associate with persons who are spiritually elevated. Like hippies, like for example, Shamrani Didi. She actually had given money. If you read her biography, I don't remember very well, but she had given money to a vendor who was going to give her some dope. Dope means some intoxication. And that person cheated her. He took the money and vanished, didn't give her dope, whatever she needed. So she saw in Tompkins Square Park, one sadhu was singing, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. What did she know that this sadhu has come from Golok and is Radharani's best servant? Radharani has sent him. What does she know? But she saw in the middle of nowhere in Tompkins Square Park, Lower Manhattan, so many hippies were there, drug addicts. And she went to him. She heard the kirtan. She clapped, she danced, she sang. Then she also sometimes cut his hair, sometimes sat with him and learned how to paint. She was also an art school graduate, so he gave her ideas that Krishna should be blue, Narayan should have four arms, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. Prahlad Maharaj should look like this, Narsinga should look like that. And she used to paint. Then used to call those paintings the windows to the spiritual world. People cannot go to the spiritual world, but actually they can see the spiritual world through these paintings. So this is the thing. When we look at these paintings, we can have the glimpse of the spiritual world. Now, I have before me painting the Vichitra Didi. Vichitra Didi is not expert as painter like Shamrani Didi, but Vichitra Didi likes to paint. Bakula Didi also likes to paint. She is also a very good painter, German devotee. So those paintings actually, when you look at them, you forget the material world and you start seeing the spiritual reality through those paintings. So this is very important. So these hippie people, because of some sukruti they had from past life, they developed Shraddha for saintly persons like Srila Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Maharaj. In the next stage, one becomes initiated by an elevated spiritual master. So this is Diksha. Divyam Jnanam Yato Dadyat Kuryat Papas Sankshyam Tasmat Dikshati Sa Prokta Dikshikasta Trupavida. Means they receive the transcendental knowledge and sins are eradicated. They come in Madhyama Dikshata receiving the mantras. Very high class mantras they receive, Hare Krishna mantra, even Gopal mantra, Kam Gayatri. These mantras are very, very powerful. I am recently translating one books about Gayatri mantras in Bengali, and because very difficult Bengali, so sometimes I use some translation like Google Translate help. I take help of one artificial intelligence program called ChatGPT, which is available for free also. So it does some fairly good translation. Obviously, it is not perfect, but I can manually bring it to correctness. But it gives me some starting point. Otherwise, if I have to translate from scratch, it will take me a long time. So it helps me. Um, so these powerful mantras like Diksha mantras, they are for our spiritual progress. So under the instruction, the neophyte devotee begins the process of devotional service. So neophyte devotee, what does neophyte devotee means? The neophyte devotee is one who is Arche Vishnu, one is Archayam eva Hare, Jana Shraddhayate, not that Bhakti si Charne se Jana Prakrata. Neophyte devotee is one devotee who is actually only worships the deity of the Lord, doesn't give so much importance to devotees of the Lord. But we should deal properly with the devotees, giving respect to them, proper respect to them. Now, it will also be foolish to treat all the devotees on the same level. For example, when our Gurudev was on the planet, Shita Dandi Maharaj also on there, the Gurudev also was there, and other sannyas also were there, other god sisters, god brothers also were there. It was my duty to respect everyone, whether it is Shita Dandi Maharaj or Ramchandra Prabhu or Shidhar Maharaj or anyone. I must respect them, but I will not respect them as much as I respect my Gurudev. Understand? I will respect them, but I will respect them the most to my Diksha Guru. Understand? And then others, my God brothers, God sisters, I will respect them as per their advancement. Understand? But certainly, even if someone is not initiated, you have to respect that person. You cannot disrespect that person. This is the suppose some suppose you have any god brother or god sister, aspiring god brother and god sister. That person said, "Okay, I will take diksha from Shipa Dandi Maharaj," but has not been able to take diksha yet. But sincerely listens to lectures, chant Hare Krishna, and somehow or the other trying to understand Krishna consciousness philosophy and doing some seva here and there. So that person should also be respected because that person has some attachment for Krishna. So even if someone is not initiated, don't disrespect them. Respect them. It is very, very important for our spiritual life. Srila Gurudev used to tell. But don't treat everyone equally. Understand? You should give, there should be gradation in how much respect you should give. There should be a gradation. The topmost respect you should give to your initiating spiritual master. And then other sannyasis you should also give respect. For example, your Diksha Guru will say, Om Vishnupad, Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Acharya Varyat. Other sannyasi will say, His Holiness Shishipad, this Maharaj, like this. His Holiness or Shripad, like this, you can say. You know how. So this is the Vaishnavity. We should try to learn how to respect. But suppose some sannyasi is very advanced, even more advanced than your Diksha Guru, more advanced than your Diksha Guru, then what is your duty? Like that time, your duty is to take permission from your Diksha Guru and seek the association of that sannyasi. I'll give an example. In Canada, there was one Maharaj, Dutidhar Maharaj, Sripad Dutidhar Maharaj, and he had some disciples. Canadian sannyasi he was, and when he learnt about our Gurudev, he quickly told his disciples that very elevated sannyasi is coming from India. Let's go and see him and let us hear his Harikatha. Then his disciples came to Gurudev and they told, please give us initiation. Then Gurudev said no. Because Dutidhar Maharaj is very honest sannyasi and he recognized me. he accepts me as Shiksha Guru. Although he is disciple of Swami Maharaj, he accepts me as Shiksha Guru. I order you that I will explain to you the meanings of all the mantras, Diksha mantras, but you will be still his disciples. Means, because he is very honest and he is completely accepting me as Shiksha Guru, I order you to serve him as my representative. And you should not think of changing the Guru. You have to change the Guru only if your Guru is opposed to a Mahabhagavad. If he is honoring Mahabhagavats and he is telling you, hey, are you going to hear Harikatha of some Mahabhagavat? Like Shuddha Goswami or Sutta Goswami or Shri Rai Ramananda or Sarup Damodar, Rupa Goswami, then please go and I'll also come with you. Let's both hear Harikatha of that elevated Vaishnava. Then don't reject that Guru. Then you should serve that Guru because he is not envious. He is not envious of pure devotees. Then you should serve that Guru diligently because he is not envious. Like Bhagavatam says, Nirmat Saranam Sata. The Bhagavad philosophy is for those who are not envious. If your Guru is not envious of Mahabhagavats, Srila Gurudev used to tell that, like Dutidhar Maharaj, he was completely non-envious. So Gurudev told, yes, you can retain your disciples, no harm, keep them. And just listen to my Harikatha. And don't forbid your disciples from hearing my Harikatha. Suppose we have some disciples and you come to know that very high-class Vaishnava is coming. Oh, immediately you should give them permission to go and hear from that Vaishnava. That will, like many sannyasis also were not envious. So they were always giving permission. Their disciples go and hear Harikatha from Gurudev. And Gurudev appreciated that spirit. So this taste leads one further forward to the attachment for Krishna consciousness, which is matured in Bhava. So Bhava is the matured stage of Krishna consciousness, or the preliminary stage of transcendental love of God. Obviously, love of God is very difficult to, we cannot maintain our body with the love of God. Love is a very high position. So we can reach up to the stage of Bhava. Very rare is the person who reaches Bhava. So the Gurudev told that very, very rare to reach the stage of Bhava. In the Prema stage, there is constant engagement in transcendental loving service of the Lord. So by the slow process of devotional service under the guidance of the bona fide spiritual master, one can maintain the highest stage, being freed from all material attachment, from fearfulness of one's individual spiritual personality and from the frustrations resulting from void philosophy, and then one can ultimately attain the abode of the Supreme Lord. This is a great purport actually. I took extra long time to explain this. Vita Raga Bhayat Krodha Man Maya Man Upashita Bhagavad Gita Pita Mad Bhavanagata. So the Gurudev also different commentary on this one, and it will take us more time. So what I'll do is I'll quickly cover one verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, because tomorrow again I may be going to Ayodhya. Some Ayodhya, some disciples of Sripad Madhav Maharaj have come, and also Sripad Dandi Maharaj also permitted me to go to Ayodhya. I have not gone to Ayodhya since the Supreme Court verdict, which allowed the temple to happen on that disputed site. So tomorrow I will try to go to Ayodhya, and I may come by 4 o'clock. They say like that. So 6 o'clock is the class. Tomorrow is Monday. So Mondays we have Madhurya. I will see tomorrow. Then because future days I will be traveling. Let me see tomorrow. I'll keep you in the loop. So let's quickly turn to the. So I will mark Bhagavad-Gita verse again, 4:10, but from Gurudev's commentary next time. I explained Swami Maharaj commentary today in little detail. So I'll 4.10 again, I would say. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudire nashtaprayesha badri